At whatever the risk, men must defend freedom. Strength is essential to sustain freedom. Today, as throughout our history, we bear faithful responsibilities in the world. In times past, it has often been our strength and our resolve which have tipped the scales of conflict against aggressors. That role has never been an easy one. It has always required not only strength, but patience, the incredible courage and sacrifice, the tragic price that we pay for our commitment to ideals. And while no nation has ever been faced with such a challenge, no nation has ever been so ready to seize the burden and the glory of freedom.
100 years ago, USS Langley became the nation's first aircraft carrier. The commissioning of Langley as a carrier ushered in a revolution in naval warfare and changed our Navy forever in the 1940s. The seas off Midway, then as now, the sailors on board Enterprise, Yorktown, and Hornet showed the world how valuable a well-trained, committed crew of a carrier and her embarked air wing would become. Ultimately, it was at Midway where the carrier truly proved its ability to project power, sustain sea control, bolster deterrence, and maintain our enduring commitments. No other weapon system can deploy and operate forward with the speed, endurance, agility, and combat capability of a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. The carrier is all of these things because of the crew who walk her deck plates and bring her to life. From every state in the Union and from countries throughout the world, our sailors volunteer their time, talents, and their grit in order to serve our nation. It is the crew who gives the ship its most important characteristic, its soul. Our sailors operate with excellence, committed to their families and to their shipmates, and to answering their why. Why did they join? Why do they work as hard as they do? Why do we make sacrifices we ask of them every day? Their answers are as unique as they are. But the common bond is that they do so for you, our nation, and our ability to stand in harm's way when asked. These incredible sailors find ways to continue to do the impossible and make it look routine. There is an oft-repeated photo of a flight deck in action with the caption, "Once you have worked here, everything else is boring." It is the simplest and yet most complete explanation of life on an aircraft carrier. Days filled with opportunities and rewards, challenges and laughter, pride and contribution to something bigger than yourself. To a team of peers who would stand for you and by you. They brilliantly operate and maintain the most complex machinery on the greatest warship the world has ever seen, poised to meet the challenges and opportunities which lay ahead of them. As we close this month-long celebration of the legacy of USS Harry S. Truman, let us do so by celebrating the sailors who bring her to life. It is solely through them and because of them that these magnificent ship air wing teams dominate the high seas. Please know that you have my enduring gratitude for your service, your leadership, your expertise, your support, and of course, your sacrifice. Without you, Harry S. Truman is simply an impressive sight which sits idle. And always remember, give him hell.
Hello, I'm Admiral Darrell Caudle, and thank you for spending a minute with the Commander. USS Dwight D. Eisenhower has just pulled away from the pier here in Norfolk to begin her next deployment, while Gerald R. Ford is in the Eastern Mediterranean and Ronald Reagan continues their patrol in the Indo-Pacific region. Using those ships as a backdrop, let's talk about the strategic importance of our aircraft carriers, naval aviation, and their power projection. If you have never seen a nuclear aircraft carrier in person, they are an engineering marvel and extremely fast. Within a matter of days, a Navy can swiftly respond to threats anywhere on the globe. But what truly makes aircraft carriers indispensable is their firepower. An embarked carrier air wing of more than 60 combat aircraft that can strike with precision and agility. Carriers project power, deter aggression, and maintain control of the battle space. They are the cornerstone of our American military strategy and protect our interests around the globe. While Russia has just one aircraft carrier, which has been grappling with ongoing repairs and readiness challenges since 2017, and China has 3 and is looking to double that number before the end of the decade. Our Navy has 11 operational carriers, with 3 more under construction, each of them an investment in enduring capability that will defend our homeland well into the future. In an era of evolving global dynamics and geopolitical challenges, the importance of the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier fleet cannot be overstated. While the navies of our adversaries may be growing, the combat power and full spectrum, multi-domain capabilities of our aircraft carrier fleet are unmatched. The massive ships and the incredible sailors and aviators who sail them are unparalleled symbol of American strength, ensuring our nation's security and global influence for generations to come. Until next time, thanks for spending a minute with the Commander. Go Navy!
The training environment for carrier qualifications is something that can't be replicated in simulations or ashore. So coming out here and doing it live is the most important thing. For me, flying during the day around the boat is the funnest part about naval aviation, and it's the whole reason why I'm here in the Navy. Lincoln sailors from below the flight deck to above the flight deck all around have been very welcoming, very helpful, and without them I couldn't have accomplished my carrier qualification. We can't do anything without taking off and landing from the aircraft carrier. So this is the foundation, it's the most important part, the thing we most have to get right. For our safety, for the ship's safety, safety of everyone aboard, this has to be right day in and day out, and it being such a dynamic environment, there is so much room for error, but with all of this training, we can accomplish it in a way that it's safe, and what's important to warfighting is that it's done in an efficient manner, so that we can get airborne, come back, land, the next evolution can take place right after us.
The midshipmen of Navy from Annapolis.
Theodore Roosevelt once said, "The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best, if he wins, knows the thrills of high achievement, and if he fails, at least fails while daring greatness." So that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat.
Rael Pedregon, Command Master Chief of the USS Carl Vinson.
Eric Kenny, Executive Officer, USS Carl Vinson, Class of 2002.
Scott Miller, Commanding Officer, USS Carl Vinson, Class of 1994. From America's favorite carrier, go Navy!